So I had a little trip to Sephora and I picked up some products, and I have used some of them during this week just because I couldn't wait. I wanted to use them for the first time and film a video, but I wanted to try them. So they are tried. But I got some new products, and I was going to do a get ready with me because I know some of you really like to just see how new products perform, or like what my opinion is of them, and it might be helpful to you. So I'm just going to jump in and get started. So I shared this with you in, I think, my monthly favorites, and it's the new foundation from Clinique, and this is called the Even Better Clinical Foundation, and it has vitamins in it and an SPF of 45. So I really like that. It is a light coverage, or light to medium coverage. It's more than like a skin tint, but it's not like a full coverage or anything like that. It feels really good on my skin. It feels really lightweight, and I've been really enjoying it a lot. And it does have like a bunch of skincare in it too. It has like 5 different types of vitamin C. I read that 2 of them are for brightening and 2 of them are for the antioxidant benefits. So yeah, I like that there's some skincare in there too. Oh shoot, I forgot to do something important. But actually I'll do it after. It doesn't matter what order, but I usually like to use this product before I put on my foundation. But nevertheless, I'll still share it with you after I'm all done getting ready, because it's a great product for using afterward too. So yeah, so I'm just gonna put this all over my entire face. And I think the color I got is a good match. It said that all the shades are flexible, and I think there's like 28 shades, but each shade should work for like several different skin tones or complement different skin shades, so there should be a color for everyone. But out of 28 shades, I think that there usually is a color for everyone. And I'm just going to put a little on my neck, and it's so pretty. It covers like redness and things like that without totally covering up my freckles. It's just really natural looking, and that's what we want for our foundation. And the other thing is, it's not a matte. It's like a radiant finish, but sort of like a satin finish too. It's not radiant where you like look greasy or anything like that. And in the summertime, I like that because matte foundations can look heavy. In the winter, I feel like I don't mind them so much, but in the summer, I really like something that feels really light and soft and a little bit glowy, especially now that I'm getting older. Well, I've been getting older for quite some time, but you guys know what I mean. Okay, next I'm gonna do my eyes first. I don't have a lot of new stuff for my eyes, but I am gonna use favorites. And the palette that I've been really loving this week, and probably a little bit last week too, because I've been going like a little bit lighter on my eyes just because things have been really busy. Last week was an incredibly busy week, and I was rushing around and I didn't give a lot of thought to my makeup, but yet I still wanted to wear it. And so I pulled out my nude palette from Huda Beauty, and I don't know if you can still get this one, but the colors I'm going to use you can find in many different palettes. I like this palette because it has an eyelid primer down here, so it's kind of got like that in here too, so you don't have to pull out like a separate product, and it's a good eyelid primer. So I'm just going to put that on. How have you guys been? It's been really busy around here, and I'll try to go into that more, but the weather has been so weird. It's been sunny, but it's been sort of strange. Like on, what day is it today? It's Wednesday. So on Monday, it was cool, and I had to actually pull out a jacket. Tuesday was just perfect. There was like, it was just like a perfect day. You didn't need a jacket, but you weren't hot. Really nice. And today it's like 90 degrees and it's hot. So it's like Chicago weather. You just never know. That's what's good about living here. It just keeps you guessing all the time. Okay, so I have the primer on, and what I've been doing is using one of these shades, or kind of mixing them a little. The super light shade here, and you can barely see it. This one I really like a lot. It's just like a really muted down kind of lilac or mauve shade, a little more lilac because it's got some purple in there. And this one's super nice too. And I touched that one really lightly because it's kind of dark when you But as you can see, it's a little bit like not quite as purple as this one. And like I said, I've just been kind of even mixing them a little bit. So I just use a big fluffy brush, and I'm gonna go in with that lighter kind of lavender shade. And if I go too heavy with one of these shades, you could just use this over it to kind of buff it out and lighten it up. I think you can find shades like these in almost any palette you have, because every palette has like sort of basic lighter shades. This one's really nice. I feel like it's just a really good shade. I'm just gonna buff that all over. And then I just have to make sure that it's even, because since it's like one of the only shades I'm using, like I'm not gonna do anything else. I just really have to make sure that I go up as high on both sides, because I find that sometimes I'm not careful about that, and then I'll be riding in my car and look in the rearview mirror and be like, oh my gosh, well, it's too late for that. So my eyes don't look the same today. So I just put that on, really pretty, soft, kind of lilac, really nice, like soft, springy summer shade. Okay. And if you're feeling crazy, if you have this palette, they have these complementary, like this shade is what I used, and then you can just sort of use a little bit of a sparkle like that. What the heck? I haven't been doing this, but let's just tap a little in the center. I love this palette. I hope you guys can still get it if you want it. It's just such a great, like, versatile palette. It's got the really light shades, but it's got a lot of darker shades too. It's got some great purples in here. I just can't say enough about it. It's a palette that I'm so happy that I have. Okay, now I am just going to also take the smudger brush from Sonia Kashak, and I'm going to take the same shade and just put it on the edge and just kind of buff that beneath, just to make everything look a little more cohesive. Okay, so that's that. Tell me like how the weather has been where you live. I know some of you live in like amazing places, and I get so jealous listening to, especially those of you who live someplace warm when it's January here. I was thinking about that. I love the season changes here where I live, because we do have 4 distinct seasons, but I get tired of January, like after Christmas, after January usually I get kind of like February, March, and part of April can be a little bit gloomy and depressing here. We get a lot of rain, and you know, before spring. I feel like our spring has gotten long. Okay, so I love something from Sephora, and I'm sorry, I'm so messy. Usually I straighten up my vanity before I make a video, but like I said, things have just been busy, and I'm not as organized as I used to like to be. I love these eyeliners from Sephora, and this is just a really pretty, like slate shade, so pretty. But when I was checking out, I was purchasing this one as like a backup, and the girl at the counter told me about this product, and it's like their pen eyeliners, and I got it in black, and this is really, really nice too. And I don't know which one to use today. I think I'm gonna go with the softer one, the slate gray, but I have tried this, and it's from Sephora, and it's like their pen, like liquid eyeliner. It's really easy to use. It has a fine tip. I think it's like a, it's not a brush tip. It's like, what is that called? When it's not a brush tip, you know what I mean? So that's what this is, and I like this, but I still just really like the softness of this one, and I am gonna probably go back and get a backup, because I've had this a long time, and I know it's kind of running low. So I have to like shake it up to get good product out now. And this is what I do. I don't mind though. You know who's been a really big inspiration to me is, not that I'm anything like her, I can only dream, but that model, Paulina Pereshkova, in the 80s, I loved her. Okay, my eyeliner wing is really not good. So I'm gonna take a little makeup remover and a brush and try to like even them out. Anyways, that model from the 80s, she's so beautiful. Paulina Pereshkova, so pretty. I loved her when I was a teenager. She was just amazing, and she still is. She, you know, is in her, like, I think she's 60, and she is like growing older without a lot of procedures. Like, she doesn't have, she doesn't have Botox, you can tell that. She doesn't have filler. I think she goes for like laser treatments and things like that, but I think that's like the extent of it, is like facials and laser treatments. But she definitely has like expression lines and wrinkles and all that, and she looks so beautiful. And she has an Instagram, and if you follow her on Instagram, you'll see she's just like so beautiful. And she doesn't have like any pretenses. Like, she doesn't wear expensive clothing. Like, one of her favorite things is this dress from the Gap that she got like 11 years ago, and she wears it all the time. Like, in her videos in the summer, you can just see her in it every day. And she told the history of the dress because people always ask her. She got it from the Gap like 10 years ago, and she was definitely like still like modeling big time back then. And she talked about that dress a lot, and the Gap actually released it for a short period of time again, and I wasn't able to get one. It's pink. It's so pretty, and I'm a pink girl. If you know me, I am a pink girl. So yeah, follow her on Instagram. I kind of like following her story. I'm gonna keep getting ready, and I can talk to you more about that. I am gonna use my absolute favorite mascara combination, and it is the Sky High mascara from Maybelline. And if you've been watching me, you have seen me use this 1,000 times. I actually need to get a new tube of this. I was at Walgreens the other day, and I don't know why I just didn't grab one, because I walked past it and I thought I should grab one because I'm sure I'm running low, and then I didn't. And then I thought, why didn't I just do that? Because it's not like I go to Walgreens every day. I mean, I guess they have it at my grocery store. I just don't think about makeup when I'm at my grocery store. You know, I just think about getting my groceries. So, anyway, this is the primer. And the weird thing about the primer is that it's also black. And honestly, you could just wear the primer. If you did just wear the primer, it's just going to give you like your normal lashes, but tint them black. But it does add a lot, and I shared a story about this, and it still sticks with me. When I started using this combination, like several times when I've been out, people have actually complimented my lashes. Like mainly like when I'm talking to someone and I like look up, like if I'm looking at a menu or something that's like in the back and I'm ordering, I've gotten compliments on my lashes. I think it's because I usually use the blackest black, or the one that is exactly the same mascara, but it comes in a black tube. It's Sky High, and that one is called Cosmic Black, and it has like a little tiny like sparkle to it. Very almost not noticeable, but I guess it kind of is when the light hits it in certain ways. It's a really pretty mascara. That's my favorite one. That's what I'll get like when I purchase another one. So that's what I've been doing, and I haven't even been doing my bottom lashes. I haven't been doing really anything on the bottom. So this is an oldie but a goodie. The eyeshadow is too, and so are the liner that I'm gonna use. And the liner I used on my upper line, and then this aqua liner from Makeup Forever, and it's also like in a slate gray. Oh my gosh, this will not budge all day long. If you put this on like in the morning, you'll still have some on when you wash your face later in the day. So I'm just gonna line my upper. I have like a thick lid. Like my lid is thick, and you can really see like this skin color underneath my mascara, and so I like to fill that in because it makes my mascara look better. Like there's no gaps where you can see skin, so that's why I like to use that. And then this is from Rimmel, and it's just like your nude liner. And I brighten up my lower line with this. And I've been using Tarte Fake Awake for years for this too, and that one's really good. This is probably just as good, and it's a lot less expensive, and it just kind of brightens up your eyes. Okay, the next thing is something that I tried that I got from Sephora, the Sephora collection, and it's their brow product. It's kind of like the one that grasps onto the hairs of your brows and just makes them look a little bit fluffier and fills in gaps. And I love the Glossier Boy Brow, but that one's a lot more expensive. It's like, this is like a third of the cost, if even that. But I got it in the shade Auburn, and that's like the only red they have, where Boy Brow I think has a couple different reddish shades, but it looks really like just like the color of my brows naturally are. This is darker, and I'll show you what I mean, and I'm really not sure about it. Like when I first used it, I thought, oh my gosh, that's so cool, I love it. That's what my brows would look like if I got like microblading. Like they would just look darker like that, and I wouldn't have to like worry about putting on so much brow product. Even though I have a lot of brow hairs still, like I don't have, like I'm not losing brows yet. I feel like the tail is a little bit thinner for sure, but like my brows in general, like I still have a lot of hair. But then sometimes I look in the mirror, because I've used it a few times, and I'm like, oh my gosh, my brows look so much darker, and I'm not sure if I'm used to it. So I thought, I was wearing it the past couple days, and my husband has been working late, and so I've had my makeup off when he gets home, so he hasn't been able to really see. So today's like the test. Like if he says something about my brows, if he doesn't, I might actually say, did you notice my brows are different? Just to see, because like he'll be really honest with me. Like a girlfriend might just be like, oh, it looks great. I mean, like, you know what I mean? Women just kind of, I mean, my good friends would tell me, but like my everyday people that I see that are like acquaintances and stuff, I don't know. So when I was checking out at Sephora, I saw these little products by Mario, and they're mini sizes. Like you can buy the the full sizes, and I think they're like, excuse me, I think they're like $30 some. But the mini sizes are like 16, so I could get 2 for the price of like 1 full size, and it's a pretty good size. So I got the bronzing stick in light medium. There wasn't just a choice of light, which I probably would have gotten, but I don't think this is bad, and I'm going to show you what I do. I don't really contour, but I definitely want to look like I've got like a little bit more color on my skin. So this is what I do, and then I take like a more kind of a dense kind of blush brush, sort of brush, and I buff it in. And I think it looks really natural. Actually, I think this is perfect. Like I would have grabbed the lighter if they had it, but honestly, I think this is probably the better one for me. So if you are my skin tone, which is pretty light, you could use light medium. I don't think there's a lot of people who are much lighter than me. Okay. And I think it just gives me a little glow to my skin. I have started self-tanning. You can't really tell. I'm due to like add a little more. And you know, self-tanner for me is still like nothing compared to like other people. But it gives me, it doesn't make me so pasty. Okay, and then I got like this blush stick. And it's pink. And this is what it looks like. They had so many different shades, it was hard to choose one. I'd love to like go back and get another one. I wish it was like buy one, get one free. Sephora doesn't have that kind of thing. I wish they did. And then I'm gonna take, actually I'm gonna use my fingers for this, because I don't wanna lose any to the brush. And it's just so nice. I feel like it's like the color of my nails, pink. There's like that really pretty summer pink, like not a blue based pink that like kind of looks lavender, which I love. It's usually really brightening. This one's like just like a really good pink. And I'm noticing like I can see my freckles, and I don't mind, and that foundation doesn't cover them completely, so it's just like really natural. Okay, I'm going to use a little concealer. I sometimes can go without it. I don't have dark circles under my eyes, but I don't know, just because I have it. I really like this one from NARS. It's in a little pot, and it's like a matte one. You can tell I've used a lot. This is like what I've been going to lately. I usually use Lancome, but I don't have any right now. So I've been using this. I'm trying to use products that are already in my stash and use things up. I haven't been making as many makeup videos as you know, and I'd like to get back into that, but so I haven't been buying as much makeup. That's why I'm doing this video, because I did finally buy some makeup. When I was at the drugstore the other day, when I forgot to pick up my mascara, I wanted to pick up some new products to try for you guys. But even at Walgreens, it like quickly adds up and you end up spending a lot more money. And so I was thinking about that. And what I was thinking was, since I'm not making as many makeup videos, to either just buy whatever I like, even if it's drugstore makeup, which is what I've always done, or buy less makeup and buy a little more high-end. Because even though I've had a YouTube channel for like almost 10 years, I use whatever. But I never use really high-end. Like high-end for me is Lancome. You know what I mean? Like I more sort of mid-range, with Lancome being on the higher end. But I like Huda Beauty. I like Charlotte Tilbury's pretty high-end. I do like Charlotte Tilbury a lot. I like a lot of MAC. But I haven't tried like Dior. I haven't tried any I can't even say it. You know what I'm trying to say. And sometimes I want to try those products, but like the cost, the cost like makes me not. Even though I end up probably spending as much on other makeup. But so that, anyways, long story short, I'm wondering if I should just try not to buy a lot of makeup and then just purchase a few nicer things a year. Anyway, that's just what's been on my mind. Okay. So I've got my blush on. And I'm going to do a little highlighter that I'm really happy I purchased. They still have a new one out that you can get. I have the one from like a couple of years ago. And this is the Lancome Louvre palette. It was like a special palette that Lancome released a couple of years ago. I think the new one is basically exactly the same, except there's like a dark blue here where there's a green in this one. This is a really pretty palette. I can do like so many great looks with this palette. But I really like the highlighters in here, and I just kind of mix a couple of them, and I just sort of go underneath my brow like above the arch, a little bit on the inner corner, and then a little like here, like wherever you would normally kind of highlight a little bit. But I have not been going crazy. That's like all I've been doing. Okay, the product that I wished that I used at the very beginning before I applied my makeup, I usually use this lately, the past week, under my makeup, like above my sunblock. The only thing I've been doing in the daytime for my daytime skincare is washing my face in the morning to wash off my nighttime skincare, where I tend to use more skincare or things I feel like need to be washed off. And then I've been using my new sunblock that I shared in my last video, the La Roche-Posay, the newer ones, and I have like a really hydrating one, and it has skincare in it. So I've been using that, and it's like a SPF of 45 or 50, and I put that all over, obviously. And then the only other thing I've been doing is taking this, and this is the Caudalie Elixir. It has so much stuff in it. I did write some notes. It has grape extract, which I think is resveratrol, and it's what Caudalie is known for. It has a tiny bit of peppermint essential oil, a little bit of rose essential oil, orange blossom oil, and lemon, but it doesn't bother my skin at all. It feels really good, and it's so refreshing. And I just like spritz this, and the smell is amazing. It is so lovely and soft. And you can put it in your purse, which is what I do. And then during the day, you can give yourself another spritz. It's meant to set your makeup or just use on your bare skin. I have had this in the past, and I've had it, like I used to purchase it kind of regularly, probably about like 5 to 7 years ago, and then I just stopped because I think it's like $18. I don't know, it might have even gone up since then. But I treated myself when I was at Sephora. Those little bins, man, like when you're checking out, those little bins that are at the checkout that you kind of have to weave through, they get me every time. I think I went into Sephora only to get the Sephora brow product and the Sephora eyeliner that I purchased, and everything else I got in those little bins on my way out that I had no intention of purchasing. It's like, I'm such a sucker. They get me every time. But it does kind of get me to try new products that I haven't tried before, and I find that I like them a lot. So it's good and bad. So, okay, let me think about my lips for a minute. I think I'm just gonna do what I have been doing consistently. So what I've been using for my lips is a lipstick from Charlotte Tilbury. I've had a lot of pink lipsticks from Charlotte Tilbury, and they've sort of been sitting on the back burner, so I pulled them out and I've been using them faithfully. There's two I really like. I've been wearing Kidman's Kiss a lot. I think this is from the, there's a couple different collections. There's like a Hot Lips collection, and this one is from, I don't know, I can't remember what the collection is called, but the consistency or formula of the lipstick is like a little bit different from one collection to the next. But anyways, this is Kidman's Kiss, and as you can tell, it's just a beautiful pink. I'm always going to be a pink girl. And then Live It Up is this one, and they're both just really good pinks. This one's got like a little bit more sort of like lavender in it, and this one's just been like pink. Yesterday I wore Kidman's Kiss all day. I think that I'll do Kidman's Kiss today, and the next time I'll do Live It Up. But I've been really liking these, and I want to use them up because I have a lot of lipsticks, but I've been really enjoying these. So this is Kidman's Kiss. I think it was designed for Nicole Kidman, which makes sense because it works good for my skin too, and I have the same coloring as her. So let's go ahead. And that's how that looks. I might go ahead and show you the Live It Up too, because the Live It Up has like a little bit of a lavender in it, in the undertones, not quite as, like this has a little bit of coral, but the eyeshadow I chose, I think it works perfectly, but I'm gonna show you the other one. It might work a little bit better. So hang on, I'm gonna take this off. I wiped it off for the most part, and this is the Live It Up. Yeah, I think this one's a little bit better today, but I really like the way they feel on my lips. Both perfect summer pinks. If you are a pink girl like I am, and you're just looking for some good, like bright lipsticks in the summer, these would be two to go to. I do kind of change things up from seasonally, but in the summer I really like pink a lot, like these types of pinks. Whereas in the fall and winter, I might go with something like a little bit deeper, a little more mysterious. I got one from Lancome last year or the year before. It came in my Christmas box, and it was called Exotic Orchid, and it's like just like the perfect shade for me, but it's deeper. I'll show it to you guys sometime. I don't want to try to dig it out right now because honestly I don't know where it is. It could be in one of my handbags in my closet for all I know. So okay, then I shared this in my favorites too, and I'm just going to shake this up, and this is the Kapari Glow, this thing, and I showed it to my favorites. I'm gonna give myself a spritz of this. The mist is so nice, just like the Cuddly, it's just like this fine mist, but this is an SPF of 45, and it has like a very, very soft, light scent that dissipates, but it's a great way to apply sunblock over your makeup, you know, because we have to reapply. It sets your makeup and it touches up your sunblock. So let's go for it. I get my neck and my chest too every time. So there's that. And did I forget? Oh, I wanted to show you one other thing. I don't use a lot of dry shampoo, but lately I have been. And in the grab and go bins at Sephora, they have Amika dry shampoo, and it's a good size. It's like this. You know, you don't need a lot. And there's one that is regular, and this one is like for going 4 or 5 days without washing your hair. I never do that, so I don't know why I went with this one. I think I just wanted to try it. I'll probably give this one to my daughter and go back to the one that, you know, just for like a day or so, because I wash my hair pretty much every other day just because I work out, and we lay on the floor at the studio where I work out, and I just feel like I don't know, I just want to wash my hair, you know, or even if I just use a cleansing conditioner, I just want to like go through my hair and like make sure it doesn't have like germs all over it. It just makes me feel better. But this is really nice, and it smells really good. My hair's clean right now, but it smells good. Let me see. And what's great about it is sort of adds texture to your hair. So sometimes, you know, when you wash your hair and condition it, it gets like a little bit flat. But this adds like some texture or grit to your hair. So even for that, it's like a really great product, even if you don't want to use it for the dry shampoo. And I think I'm just gonna put my hair up today because it is so hot. And I'm gonna put it up in a clip. So last week I had a really busy week. I didn't get to tell you guys about that. I was just busy. I worked a lot, and then I Saturday we helped my daughter move. She moved from a place she'd been living for like 5 years to another apartment in the city where she lives. And she moved in with just one roommate, where she had like four or five roommates over the 5 years that she was there. And oh my gosh, that house was chock full. It was so cluttered because there's so many people living there. It just sort of felt claustrophobic to me. But when I was young, I could do that too, and I didn't care. Like, I think about that, and I'm like, I don't want her to feel like I judge her at all, because she's like, it's so messy. And I'm like, well, you're moving out. And when I was your age, this is how I lived too. So we moved her, and she has like this adorable house that has been divided into 4 units. And she has a really cute unit there with her best friend. And it's about 40 minutes away from where she lives. She's still commuting back now for work. So she'll probably start looking for jobs like where she is. She's a social worker, so she shouldn't have any trouble finding jobs. She also has a lot of hobbies like pottery, and she holds classes at a pottery studio. And she really loves that. It's like a great creative outlet for her. So yeah, we did that. That was like so hard because there were so many stairs. She lived in the basement in the house that she lived in before, and it was an old house, and the stairs were very narrow and steep, and we had to like carry her bed and mattress and just all that stuff, dressers. My sons helped my husband with the really heavy lifting. And I kind of just helped with boxes and things like that. But once we got to her new place, we just needed to all do everything. So we sort of started an assembly line, and then we rotated positions. But like the stair position, which I did a couple of times, was so hard. Because again, it's old, and there's a lot of like steep, narrow stairs, moving couches and things like that up there. It was brutal. So we were really sore on Sunday. So Sunday was sort of cashed out. You know, there wasn't a lot that we did. I think we went out to eat, and then we kind of just chilled out. You know, we were recovering. I was really sore. So that was like the big thing last week. Oh, and then I had book club, and I had like just fun, like little social things to do. But it was still like during a busy week, you just need to be ready for everything. So it was a busy week. This week's less busy, and I'm happy about that. You need to just sort of mix it up, like have busy weeks and lighter weeks. So anyway, let me know how you're all doing. I like catching up with all of you. I'm going to try to get better I read all your comments. I need to just heart them. I always say that because I read them right away, and then I go back and start answering them. But this week I didn't get back yet because it was just a really crazy week, although I did read them all, and I love interacting with all of you. So keep the comments coming. I always read them. Especially if you have questions, I try to go in and answer those first if there's questions, because I don't want to leave you hanging. And let me know what kind of videos you guys want to see. I know somebody requested like what I eat in a day, and I can share that. I feel like it's just not that interesting, so I sort of procrastinate. But I can certainly do that. Like I kind of stick to the same foods a lot, so you know, it might be helpful to some of you for whatever reason. I try to eat healthy, and you know, I also still try to enjoy life, you know, so I try to, like, if there's a birthday party, I'll certainly eat the cake for sure. Even if it's not a birthday party, if there's cake, I'm gonna eat the cake. But I try not to indulge every day. I kind of have some rules. Or I'll make a video because it might be helpful. I like watching other people's what I eat in a day videos, so you guys might like it. Anyways, it's nice to see all of you. I hope that you all have a blessed and beautiful day, and I will see you soon.